You guys talking baseball hot stove?
Yeah.
Just in time.
Big signings today. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another season of Maquoketa Cardinals basketball. I'm with head coach Matt Hartman for yet another season. What's this year? Sixth year?
Sixth year.
Sixth year? It's my sixth year, too, being back. That's ironic.
Yeah.
Well, you got a pretty experienced team coming back this year. A lot of kids that played a lot of minutes in last season, and that's got to bode well for at least some confidence in you going into this season, right?
Yeah, they were exposed to varsity last year, but completely different roles. You know, some of those guys are getting thrown into the wolves. They're asking to do a lot. The roles have changed. The minutes are going to increase, hopefully, for most of them. But, yeah, the biggest difference is can they handle the roles, the new roles that they are put in.
And one of the biggest improvements from last season was Ethan Combs, your tallest player, 6'7", putting on the mass that he did yesterday. How's he? I haven't seen him yet this year, so I'm going to ask you, did he improve again, another step?
Yeah, I think he's gotten better. He can block shots like crazy. He protects the rim for us. He's the anchor back there. He's being more vocal. I just think he put on the weight this offseason. He got bigger, and I think the confidence is there. He's shown confidence in practice. You know, the early season scrimmage we had, he played pretty well. So I'm happy with his progress, and he's improved, and he's going to be a big part if we're going to do anything this year.
Where's your scoring going to come from?
I don't know. No, we have.
Could it be a different guy any particular night?
That's exactly what I was going to say. Is we have so many guys that can score. I think whoever's hot that night, whoever's got the best mismatch that night, that's where we're going to go. You know, we got a few guys that I think are capable of putting up 12 to 15 points a night for us, but they get the best defender on the other team on them. We have other guys that can step up and score too. So I'm curious to see this first pre-Christmas part of our schedule, who handles the scoring and how teams defend us.
How deep do you think you'll go here this year?
We could go 12 deep. We could go 11, 12 deep. You know, tonight we might play everybody.
I don't think you could have said that any other year prior years, I should say.
And you know, practices have been competitive. We're going to give them a shot and see who can get in our rotation. You know, obviously playing 12 a night is going to be difficult, so we're going to have to cut it down. But early on, we're going to play guys and give them an opportunity. So
you're going to see hockey line changes?
Could.
I like it.
Very well could.
I love the hockey line changes. You know that. What's your tempo going to be? Since you have that kind of depth, are you going to try and push the tempo upscale? Yeah,
I told these guys this team I want to be the fastest tempo team we've had here in Maquoketa. We need to go. We need to get out and run. The guys thought that was pretty cool until we started practicing, and it wasn't so fun.
Not in condition yet?
No. But once they not that they haven't bought in, but once they reap the benefits, once they see what it does to other teams, like hopefully tonight we can see it, I think it's going to give them a lot more confidence. But, yeah, we're going to try and push the pace at every moment we can.
And then we were talking just a little bit prior here to this, the Walmart conference, always a eat dog conference year in, year out. But
yes.
Marion preseason ranked. They got some pieces. And who else out there other than Marion, though, that kind of looking at on paper, because you don't know much yet, but looking on paper, where do you think they're stacking up?
Beckman's got the Gallagher kid back, and he's one heck of a player.
Yeah.
And anytime you can start with that's not a bad option. So I think Beckman's going to be really good. They always have athletes that can come out, so defending is not going to be an issue, and Gallagher can take care of the scoring.
Yeah, by himself, that's for sure.
Yeah, and Solon, you know, they got athletes. I was impressed with their younger level kids last year, so they're not going to surprise us, but I think they're going to be pretty good. And then Mount Vernon, Ed Tim does a great job with those guys defensively every year, that they're in every game. You can't count them out. And then, you know, West Delaware's got all-conference kid back. Some nice pieces coming back. So, you know, every night's going to be a dogfight, like you said, and it's going to be whoever plays best that night could win.
So you're talking a lot about the East again. Like it has been the last few years. It's in the East, but West is not quite that level, but they're not that bad either. Benton returning everybody.
Yeah, Benton, their whole team is back. We'll see them Friday. They're an experienced group. You know, South Tama struggled in the past, but they had some younger kids last year that could play. CPU's always play hard, so they're going to be okay. Vinton Shellsburg, Coach Johnson does a nice job there with that crew. They lost pretty much their whole team, but I expect them to be competitive and play hard. Clear Creek and Manna, they went pretty far in football, and some of those kids are basketball players, so they're used to winning. So our conference, it's our last year in it.
Exactly.
Nobody's going to feel sorry for us. But it prepares us so well for the postseason, and it's fun for our kids to know you have to play hard every night to just be in the game, to give yourself a chance.
Yeah, no matter who you're playing in the conference.
And I think that's really fun. I think, not that our new conference won't have that, but we know what we have in the WAMAC, and it's really a challenge and a grind, and I think it really does well for our basketball program.
So from day one of practice, you've been, 2 weeks of practice?
Yeah, I think we're 11 practices in.
So from day one to tonight, what have you been most pleased about from the first practice that you had?
The kids have had great attitudes. They haven't hung their heads. They haven't questioned everything we've asked them to do. They're trying to do it. We're trying to play a little different than they're used to. It's tough to play fast, out of your comfort zone. I told them we're gonna live with some physical mistakes. You're gonna miss some shots. That's okay. We just stick with it. It's the lack of effort plays and the not mentally being into it is what's going to hurt us. And we've been trying to get rid of those mistakes in practice.
Well, it's another year.
It's going to be a fun one.
Last one in the WAMAC, like you mentioned before
Yep.
We head to the new conference next year, and a lot different competition and a bigger conference even in the WAMAC, as hard as that may seem. But then we're also going to see a lot of the girl double headers, which I am all for.
They're nice occasionally for our end. I really like routine, and those girl-boy games get us out of routine.
Well, now that's going to be the majority though next year.
So we're going to have to get used to it.
New routine.
Yep.
For coach anyway.
Yeah.
Players, I think, will adapt.
Yeah,
to it,
and just looking ahead to next year, I know Monticello's got a loaded squad, and some of those teams over there. It's not going to be easy, but going to miss the competition of the WAMAC every night.
What's the numbers like? I see the sophomores out here playing. They got quite a few out this year. What's the overall numbers?
Yeah, numbers are good. We were at last count we were at like 32, 33 kids. So that's
pretty good.
That's more than we've had in a long while. And all the kids have done a great job working hard. I talk to the freshmen and sophomore coaches after every practice about how was the effort, and every night they say, hey, they're working hard. And that's what we tell our kids. So let's just go to work every night. Let's work hard, get better, and see where we're at in January, February. That's where our ultimate goal is.
All right. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. Don't take off. I got a couple more questions for you off the record. So
all right.
Just for tonight. We'll have tip-off of the varsity game coming up, about 45, 50 minutes from now, maybe an hour. Sophomore game here is at halftime, 26-10, Independence leading the Maquoketa sophomores. It's kind of like the first night. You never know what you're going to get the first night out, and usually between first and second, the third game, it's completely different.
Yeah, and with only having 11 practices, trying to put new stuff in and get good at that, there's stuff we haven't talked about that could show up tonight, and we're going to have to just fight through it.
Okay, we'll hang out real quick, and we'll be right back here in MCSN.
In the market for a new or used vehicle? Then make sure you get to Brad Deary Motors or Brad Deary Ford in Maquoketa, Iowa. Brad Deary is the home of the half-off vehicles and the area's largest selection of new and used vehicles. Brad Deary Motors is located at 112 North 2nd Street in Maquoketa, and Brad Deary Ford is located at 1178 200th Avenue in Maquoketa. And don't forget about Brad Deary's Collision Center at 709 Muggsy Lane in Maquoketa for all your auto body needs. Visit Brad Deary's website at braddeary.com or follow them on Facebook under Brad Deary Motors. Brad Deary has been a proud supporter of the Maquoketa community and Cardinal athletics since 19